Imagine a city so powerful that it stood for 1,000 years, a city so magnificent that empires rose and fell just to possess it. But in the spring of 1453, the walls of Constantinople trembled for the last time. This is the story of ambition, faith, and destiny, the fall of Constantinople. Subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories, and don't forget to check out the video link. For over a millennium, Constantinople was the heart of the Byzantine Empire, a city of gold domes, marble palaces, and mighty walls. It was the crossroads between East and West, the center of trade, religion, and power. But by the mid-15th century, the glory had faded. The once great empire had shrunk to a single city, surrounded by enemies and haunted by the ghosts of its past. Outside its walls, a new power was rising, the Ottomans, and at their head stood a young, determined sultan, Mehmed II. At just 21, he carried a dream that had eluded generations of warriors to conquer Constantinople, the city of Caesar, and become the ruler of two worlds. Mehmed was not an ordinary conqueror. He was a visionary, intelligent, ruthless, and patient. He studied the city's defenses, its geography, its weaknesses, and he believed that God himself had chosen him to fulfill a prophecy, that one day a great Muslim ruler would claim Constantinople. With that belief burning inside him, Mehmed began preparations for one of the greatest sieges in history. An army of over 80,000 soldiers gathered under his banner, along with the most fearsome weapon of the age, the Great Bombard, a massive cannon capable of shattering walls once thought indestructible. In April 1453, the Ottoman army surrounded Constantinople by land and sea. Inside the city, Emperor Constantine XI rallied just 7,000 defenders, a fraction of the enemy's might. Yet they refused to surrender. The clash of civilizations was about to begin. The first cannon fire thundered across the land. The city shook. For days and nights, the Ottomans bombarded the walls relentlessly, each explosion echoing like a heartbeat of doom. Still, the defenders patched the walls, fought bravely, and prayed for divine help. By late May, the city's defenses were crumbling. Mehmed ordered one last assault, an attack that would decide the fate of empires. Before dawn on May 29th, drums thundered, horns blared, and tens of thousands of soldiers surged forward. The air was thick with smoke and screams. The defenders fought desperately, arrows, swords, and boiling oil raining from the walls. But amid the chaos, a fatal mistake changed everything. A small gate, the Kerkaporta, was left unguarded. Ottoman soldiers slipped through. By the time the defenders realized, the city had already been breached. Constantinople fell into chaos. The defenders were overwhelmed. The mighty walls, once unbreakable, were now rivers of fire and blood. Emperor Constantine fought to the very end, side by side with his men. Witnesses say he tore off his royal insignia and charged into battle, choosing death over surrender. His body was never found. Across the city, the great church of Hagia Sophia filled with terrified citizens praying for a miracle. But when Ottoman soldiers burst through its doors, the people knew the 1,000-year empire was no more. As the smoke settled, Sultan Mehmed entered the fallen city. He rode through the ruined gates, past shattered walls and silent streets. When he reached Hagia Sophia, he dismounted his horse, entered the vast hall, and whispered a prayer. Then, in a calm voice, he said, "The city is fallen, but it shall rise again." He declared Constantinople the new capital of his empire, and gave it a new name, Istanbul. From that moment, he was known as Mehmed the Conqueror, the man who ended an empire and began another. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the Middle Ages and the dawn of the modern world. Trade routes shifted, empires adapted, and the balance of power forever changed. For the Byzantines, it was the end of an era. For the Ottomans, it was the beginning of a legacy that would last for centuries. Even today, the echoes of that day in 1453 still whisper through history, a reminder that no empire, no wall, and no glory lasts forever. If you enjoyed this cinematic journey through history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Infosphere X. Which moment in this story shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned for more tales that shaped our world.